Due to the coronavirus, Kutztown University canceled all face-to-face classes on March 16, 2020. Starting March 23rd, all classes resumed online for the remainder of the semester. On May 23rd, my granddaughter Autumn and her good friend Nick, who are both Kutztown University students, talked with me about the coronavirus, how they felt about the spring semester being canceled, online classes, and the prospects for a fall semester.
Well, Nick, could you talk about how you felt when you had to leave school?
Honestly, it was kind of disappointing. I feel like a lot of people were disappointed that they had to go home, but I was mostly disappointed for the fact that I'm kind of a lazy person, and I started to break out of me being lazy by starting to plan my things down, write them out, and then when I came back home, everything was ruined because I got super late. I went back to my old habits of being really, really lazy and then not really doing my schoolwork until mostly the last minute because I know I really needed to do good this semester because it was my final semester, make it or break it to come back next semester. But I was just really lazy until about 3 or 4 weeks left, and then I just tried much harder, and then I ended up passing. But it was a challenge because I never really signed up to do the online classes just like everyone else. And it was just weird because I miss all my friends and I wasn't able to see them because we were stuck in quarantine. Everything changed completely. I don't know.
Well, I think that's the big question. It's not because you all went to school online, but the whole thing that you missed was being with your friends at school. What do you think, Autumn?
I don't know. I think it was weird just not being around a lot of people. I don't really hang out with people to begin with. But it was weird just not being there. I got so used to just being there and doing whatever I wanted and, just doing anything that I felt like. And then now that I'm, home, I can't do anything at all. So it was a huge switch between just, being, a free spirit and being bound to my house.
But is it a huge disappointment? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yes and no. Yes and no for the reason that I've kind of just grown to accept that now we're here and now we just got to make the most of it. But in the very beginning, it was very hard because I didn't even get to finish this semester. I had a lot of things planned out for that semester that was going to happen, and then they just didn't all get canceled. So it was kind of I waited for this semester to go perform, and then when they said it was canceled because
you can tell he's the involved one that does things, and I just kind of don't.
I like being involved. It's fun to be involved because that's where you meet a lot of people. At the I Am Art Festival, it got canceled at Kutztown, and I was looking forward to it the whole entire year because it's only in the spring. So it was a nice hit to me when I couldn't do it.
So, Autumn, were you disappointed that classes were canceled?
Not particularly. I don't think anything ever really hits me right in the beginning. It was more confusing because we had to move out and stuff. And it was just kind of LOL, what's happening? But I wouldn't say it was disappointing until 2 weeks ago when I was wow, I really can't do anything. I just know as myself I adapt really easy to things and I'm pretty easygoing and I don't really care. I'll adapt to whatever the situation is, even though I hate that word so much, and Nick knows that I hate that word. Adapt, yes, I hate it. But I'm good at it and I just do whatever. It was disappointing because I couldn't do things I wanted to.
So how was being stuck at home, Nick?
I'm fine with being alone right now. I am a little lazy though, I do have to tell you, a little lazy. So I need to do something about that. But it's not the worst. I would love to leave and continue on with my life though, just how everyone else would probably.
I don't think it's the worst either. No. I don't think it's that bad.
Next semester we're getting into it's supposed to be hands-on. You're supposed to be learning this hands-on. And now that I can't be taught hands-on and how to play piano and sing hands-on through lessons, it's going to be much harder for me to pass the semester without these people helping me out hands-on. So it's gonna be really hard for me to continue to be a music major.
I took 2 classes online specifically just in case all of them were pushed online, so then they would have 2 classes that would be online regardless. I think it would just make it easier to begin with, because either I'm going to take them online and be on campus, or take all of them online at home with 2 of them that were already made to be online, so they're going to be easy. there's not going to be any workarounds. There's not going to be any difficulties trying to set them up because they're already made to be online. And I did that on purpose. So I have 2 out of my 5. And then the other 3 are for my major. So that's going to be hard because they're all film stuff and it's all hands-on stuff. So it's going to be more difficult.
I think I'm interested in the social life. Like, maybe I think your social life is more important than what it is.
I want to go to frat parties. That's about it. But I can't. And the week before spring break, I like made a bunch of friends and we went out and we're like, oh, we're going to do this every weekend. And it never happened again. Because we went home for spring break expecting to come back and go out to parties again, and we never came back from spring break.
So far you've both been saying that it really wasn't that disappointing but I see coming out now that there is some disappointment.
In a whole, it's not that disappointing because I do know that it's definitely like necessary, so there's nothing I really could have done about it anyway. But it's like the little things that are disappointing. So like events and stuff, disappointing. But because I'm taking online school, like those 2 classes anyway, it's not going to be super disappointing because it's not going to be that much different. And now that we got it out of the way, like we already did a whole semester, we kind of know what to expect, and we can't really be disappointed because it already happened. You know, like we already went through it. It's going to be disappointing because we're expecting to go back, and I personally think that we're going to.
Personally, I don't think so because the California schools are closed till 2021.
That's California.
So Nick, you got the coronavirus, and that kept you out of circulation for a while. Tell us a little bit about what that was like.
It started from my mom. She works in a doctor's clinic, so she's always around people who like are sick and all that kind of stuff. And there's 3 of her coworkers had coronavirus, and then she was just bound to get it eventually. And she tested herself because she thought she had allergies because she had very similar symptoms at first to allergies. But then she got tested and it was coronavirus. We all just got sick at once, all of us. My dad, he couldn't eat for roughly 11 days and he had like 104 temperature. My mom had a small fever, but she was able to eat just fine and she had like a headache. Me, on the other hand, I was lightheaded for the first day. And then it went away the next, and a couple of days later, I get this pain in my chest, like it's like directly in the center, and I'm like having a very hard time breathing, and on top of that, I could feel my heart beating like fast, like kind of fast, and it would come and go, like this feeling would come and go, but I would always have that chest feeling, and every time I lay in my bed at nighttime, it would come back significantly worse than it would be in the daytime. And it felt really good to not breathe. So like I would like hold my breath for like periods of time because it would feel good not to breathe. But I was terrified because I don't know how bad it was going to get. And this lasted for a couple days. I lost my ability to taste food.
Which is a common thing that happens.
It eventually did clear up after a bit. After like roughly like 2 weeks, I say 2 weeks. And it was just like really strange. My sister also did end up getting sick, but it was for like just about like 3 or 4 days though, because she was really good at keeping herself away from the family. It affects everyone different. Like we all had different symptoms. Like there's a numerous amount of symptoms, but every person is different. It's weird. It's very weird. And I remember my mom told me, she's like, I'm the one who got sick, really me, because she constantly washes her hands. She does everything she can to not get sick. And for her to get sick, she was furious.
So obviously you haven't really lost the desire to continue on with your music. You're still pursuing.
No, I haven't lost it. It's just that I got wrapped up in a couple of TV series, so that's why I'm.
Yeah,
that's why I'm
he's watching Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and the 100, and he's like obsessed with them.
What about you, Autumn? What are you obsessed with on television?
I play way too much Animal Crossing and Skyrim every single day. I wake up in the morning and go, which one should I play today? Then I'll like boot both of them up. So I'll like be on the Switch with the TV on with Skyrim up, and like I'll like flip back and forth for like hours.
So are you intending to stay at home for the duration, or are you gonna start going out?
I'm
She plans on staying home right there. I'm answering.
Until
I'm not leaving until there's no coronavirus cases.
that's not true. As soon as our county goes to yellow, I'm gonna like just not gonna act like everything's fine because it's not. I would just go outside with a mask on, like, you know, is a thing. Cause like I'm gonna take any precaution I can to still not get sick because it's not like corona disappears when they put you in the yellow zone. It doesn't just go away. It just means that it's better. So I'm still gonna take precautions. I'm not gonna just go outside and be like willy-nilly like it's fine because it's not. So I'm definitely gonna leave more because I mean once like stuff starts opening back up, I don't see a reason why not. You can't.
It does seem like people are less anxious now about it than they were. Is that true with you all?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when the whole thing first started, I didn't even want to come over here because I was just all like, I might as well just stay here. Because I was all like, you never know. I mean, like, I'd rather just stay at home and know I'm safe than have to leave and then worry about if I was or not. So I just stayed home. Now I don't really care that much. I mean, like, again, I'm still gonna like take the precautions.
Yesterday, you're like, I'm not leaving.
Nick, how about you? Are you feeling anxious about it?
He still goes out no matter what. He goes out.
I have a job.
It's a job. So, of course, he's okay with it.
I'm completely fine with it. It's completely cool. I'm not anxious. I had it, so it's just like I know what to expect. I have some antibodies now, so I'm not worried.
If the school is closed down, I know, Autumn, you said you might not go back to Kutztown.
If it's like still serious, like where it's like how it was, like you shouldn't even leave your house at all. Like if it gets back up to that point, which I mean it could. It probably won't, but it could. I would probably transfer to like a community college because I'd rather pay a quarter of the amount of money to get all the gen eds done and then just transfer back if I'm able to do that.
What about you, Nick? You're going back? If they have
for now, yes, I am. I kind of wish I did choose the community college route. Like my dad said, I'm probably going to regret in the future.
I don't think so, though, because, like, community college doesn't let you stay there. It's not like an experience. You're paying for experience.
You're not save a lot of money, and I could have bought a car for a really nice price if I went to a community college.
Right, but would you rather have a car or would you rather have 3 years of experience being at college?
I'd rather have a car.
That's not accurate. You would not say that.
Well, you know, I read things online about young people saying that this may change their whole outlook on whether they go back to college or not.
Yeah.
Whether it's necessary to go back to college or you just move on and get a job and all of that.
Well, I mean, if it's possible to get a job, that's going to be like your career for the next 30 years anyway, and that opportunity arises when you're not at college. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't take that opportunity. The only reason that you go to college is so that you up your chances of getting that anyway.
Nick, what are your plans for after graduation?
After I graduate, I plan on getting 1 or 2 jobs to be able to pay for graduate school for music. I want to get my master's because I think that would look really good for a lot of different career paths.
And then you're going to move to California?
No, California is like the long-term goal.
So Nick, do you think you'll have a music career, a teaching career? Where do you see it going?
I want to go towards a music career. I want to go towards music production and recording for artists. I want to be a singer. I want Google to say professional singer or like American singer on it. Like I wanted to say, you know, when you look up like Doja Cat or something like that, it says blah 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 singer. I wanted to say Nicholas Anthony and then American singer and then all my links. I want that, okay?
What do you think the avenues are for a singer these days? You think it's YouTube? You think it's making your own music?
I think it's TikTok. I think TikTok's
I
really
agree.
the place to go if you want to get your music heard.
Because I posted a stupid video and I got like 300,000 views on it for literally doing nothing. 300,000 views for doing nothing, and like I don't know. So many artists get their songs on there because if you can make a trend out of something and get a bunch of people doing like if there's like a song. Like again, Doja Cat. If Doja Cat has a song, she got found on TikTok. So someone used one of her songs, made like a dance to it or whatever, did like some type of thing with the song, took a video of them doing it, and it went viral, and everyone else did it. Everyone else copied it, and everyone else tried it out for themselves and did it, and it became a famous thing. And there's like millions of videos of people using her songs.
I know you two spend a lot of time on FaceTime together. Nick, how much time do you spend on FaceTime with Autumn?
Honestly,
All of it. All of it.
And how much time is that actually, do you think?
18
a
hours.
24-hour day before work.
Yeah,
I start
before he had to go to work, I'd say probably like 15 or more hours. More than that. Like
Yeah,
20
and, like,
probably, actually.
And don't think we were talking the whole entire time. We weren't talking the whole entire time. We were just there for like the presence.
I probably said there were a few times we were on for more than 24 hours.
Well, you told me you've fallen asleep.
Yeah, so like I'll call him at like 10 in the morning. We'll FaceTime until the next day, on and off. So like we'll hang up and come back and hang up and come back. But all together, it's like almost a whole day worth of time that we were actually on call with each other.
When I grew up, there wasn't any FaceTime, obviously. Do you think it would have been this whole experience?
A lot more people would have been sick. Because a lot more people would have been like, I can't even FaceTime anyone. I might as well go see them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If we weren't allowed to FaceTime each other, I would have came up and seen you already. I wouldn't have cared.
I wish there was no FaceTime.
Put your pants on.
Yeah, put pants on.
Shorts. Yes, I know short shorts. Who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts. I know. Everyone makes fun of me for wearing short shorts.
I mean, you're exposing your chopstick noodle legs, so I mean, like, that's on you. I mean,
Look, I've gotten compliments by a lot of women, okay?
yeah, because you have women legs.
I know. I said it myself. Women legs.
That's not it.
Do you ever...
Even one time, someone photoshopped my legs onto a woman's body and hid the rest of it.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that either.
I just wanted to see you guys sort of together there for a little bit, and then Autumn's also playing the game that she plays all the time.
Yo,
I have to redecorate my village because it looks like crap. What?
Get off your device.
No. I've been slacking. I finally got Rolled on my village, and I'm very happy. Rolled is now on my island, and I also have Flurry, and she's my pride and joy.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
No problem.
Thanks, Autumn.
Do you want to see Zucker? Look how cute he is.